Well, a very different kind of musical guest now, and a very different kind of music.
We don't need no sunlight, we're slaves to the darkness, bound up by the tide of music, holds us like a fortress, embrace the twilight.
That's Twilight, made by Suffolk music producer Vekken, who joins me now. Morning, Vekken.
Good morning, Wayne. How are you?
Love that song. The energy, the buzz, the vibe around it. As I mentioned, we're playing Years and Years a little later. It's got that Years and Years kind of energy to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, this is very different to what you guys normally play on Radio Suffolk, so I hope everyone likes it.
Now, this was a long time in the planning. This was a lot of work for you, Vekken, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. The track itself took a long time to finish. I think over a year of back and forth with the guy who I made it with, Rory Hope, the vocalist. He's a guy who's based up in Warrington, Manchester way, and he's very, 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 very talented, very good friend of mine. And we just went back and forth for ages, and then I wasn't happy with it, so I scrapped the whole idea, and I came back to it. And yeah, it was very fulfilling to work on. I also did the music video, which was a lot of work, so it was a very intense project, but I'm very happy that it's been out for about 2 weeks now, and it's been getting great reception from around the world. I had some reviews sent to me last night, a blog post from the US, there was one from Brazil, one in Portugal as well, so it's doing really well.
Yeah, the video is absolutely stunning, isn't it?
I'm glad you think so, because it took me a lot of work.
Is all that your work too?
All of it, yeah. Everything you see is done by me, so it was very intense. If no one's seen it, it's on YouTube. You can search Vekken, Vekken, on YouTube, and it's called Twilight. And essentially, we just went to me and my friend Bilal, who I studied with at Suffolk 1 on the media course. We're both videographers, and I messaged him in January. I was like, "Do you fancy coming to Iceland for 24 hours in like 5 days' time?" And he was like, "I'll call you back." And about 30 seconds later, the phone starts ringing, and he was like, "Yep, I'm in, let's do it." So we went over to Iceland, to Reykjavik, just on a whim, to try and see the Northern Lights. And it didn't quite go to plan. I won't spoil it. It didn't go to plan the first time, but maybe I went back and it all went to plan. You'll have to wait and see if you go and see the video.
Vekken, we've spoke to you before on the programme a few years ago now. You're still relatively young, but your passion for music still seems to be growing stronger and stronger and stronger.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 24, so I'd like to think I'm still a spring chicken. I'm not over the hill yet, so I've still got a lot of learning to do, a lot of work, a lot of music to make, and I'm just enjoying it because it's something so different to what I usually do. As I said, I'm a videographer normally for Getty Images, so I'm not doing music at all really when it comes to that. So this is a very different creative outlet, and people seem to like it. So
and you create it all from your studio, don't you, in Suffolk?
Indeed, yeah. It's all made in Suffolk. No external forces, no ghost writers writing stuff for me or anything. It's all done on this laptop right in front of me in Suffolk. And I understand that that's a little bit rare when it comes to Suffolk because this county's not necessarily known for electronic dance music. So hopefully I can show it to more people and people will like it.
That's another thing. This is made. This is purely electronic. This is made on your computer, isn't it?
It is, yeah, correct. So I'm working in an app called Logic on my computer, and it's not really the traditional sort of music, and some people struggle to get their head around. It's all me pressing buttons digitally in my laptop. So people turn their nose up a little bit sometimes when they see, oh, you've just made it in a computer. Whereas if they saw someone recording it on a piano or a guitar, they might think it's the same. You know, it's more talented to be that way, but it's the same talent.
This kind of sound, this electro music, it's huge in parts of Europe, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's actually huge. I think in the last 5 or 6 years, it's really got even bigger, particularly in the US as well. I think electronic music's always been pretty big in the UK and in Europe especially. There's a lot of amazing producers from the Scandinavian regions that have made a lot of hits that people don't even know about. Like people's favourite hits. A lot of guys from Sweden, Norway, some amazing producers up that way. There must be something in the water. but yeah, it's always been big in Europe.
All right, the song's called Twilight, featuring Rory Hope on vocals. It's out right now. What's next then? What are you working on now?
I've got a couple of tracks I'm working on at the minute. I'm hoping to send them off to just Martin Garrix, a guy who I met last year by chance on the beach in Ibiza. I went to go see him and I ended up having a 10-minute chat with him. So I'm hoping to finish something, send it his way. If no one knows who that is, he was basically world number one DJ for several years in a row. So that was very inspiring. So hoping I'm going to finish something and send it to him.
Vekken, you're from Suffolk, okay? You're creating this great music. You used Rory Hope on this current song. Have you been in touch with Ed Sheeran yet? Do you think he might drop a vocal for one of your songs?
Do you know what? I was actually having this conversation with my parents, and we always go to Portman Road, so we're there, head up tomorrow. And my dad was like, "Oh, you should just get in touch with Ed Sheeran." I was like, "Oh, have you got a contact detail for Ed Sheeran?" I think he's a little bit difficult to get a hold of, so I would love to get Ed Sheeran involved, but I'm pretty sure he has no idea who I am. But if you do have a contact, Wayne, that would be great.
Let's hope he's listening to this morning. And as you say, he'll probably be at Portman Road tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow night. They're away tomorrow, aren't they? But he'll probably be at Portman Road next week. Listen, Vekken, where can people find you?
You can find me everywhere, all socials. I'm on every single platform. At Vekken Music is my social handle, VEKKEN. And you can see me everywhere.
Listen, good to catch you again. Good luck with the career.
Thank you so much. Cheers, guys.
Bound up by the tide of music holds us like a fortress. Embrace the twilight.
That's Vekken. Twilight, featuring Rory Hope.
Embrace the twilight.
Catch him on the socials. You can take a look at the video to Twilight as well on YouTube. It's something else.